Imagine being locked in a dungeon, the only light flickering from a torch. And in front of you stands a device so twisted, its sole purpose is to break the human body and crush the spirit. These weren't tools of war. They were tools of pain. And today, we're diving into 5 of the most terrifying torture devices from the Middle Ages. But before we open the dungeon door, make sure you subscribe to Mysteries of History for more videos from our past. The Iron Maiden. It looks like a coffin, but lined with spikes. Victims were supposedly shut inside, pierced on all sides, left to bleed slowly in silence. The truth? Historians now argue the Iron Maiden may have been more legend than reality, exaggerated in later centuries to shock and horrify. But even as a myth, it's haunted imaginations for hundreds of years. But if you think that's the worst, wait until you hear about the device that crushed you from the inside out. The Pear of Anguish. This bizarre contraption looked harmless at first, a metal pear with mechanical pedals. But once inserted into the mouth or, disturbingly, elsewhere, it was twisted open, tearing tissue apart. Some say it was used for punishment of liars, blasphemers, or worse. Others argue it may have been more symbolic than practical. Either way, the idea alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. The breaking wheel. Now picture this: your body tied to a giant wooden wheel. With each turn, your bones were shattered by heavy blows, leaving you twisted and broken for all to see. The breaking wheel wasn't hidden in dungeons. It was a public spectacle, a message carved into flesh. This is what happens when you cross the law. But as brutal as that sounds, our next device was designed not to kill quickly, but to make every breath a new agony. The rack. Probably the most infamous torture device of all. The victim's hands and feet were tied to rollers at each end of a wooden frame. As the rollers turned, the body stretched, ligaments tearing, joints popping, bones snapping. Sometimes executioners didn't even want death. They wanted confessions. And the rack was terrifyingly effective at getting them. The Judas Cradle, one of the cruelest inventions of them all. Victims were lowered slowly onto a pyramid-shaped seat. The weight of their own body did the rest. This device could cause extreme pain for hours, even days. It was as much psychological torture as physical, forcing the condemned to dread every agonizing inch. Were all of these used exactly as the stories tell us? Maybe not. Some were real, others exaggerated, and some likely pure myth. But each one reveals something chilling about the medieval world. The power of fear. Which one do you think was the worst? Drop your answer in the comments, because I can't decide between the rack and the Judas Cradle. And if you want to keep exploring the darkest corners of history, subscribe to Mysteries of History, because we've only just opened the dungeon door.